Welcome back to The Science of Getting Rich, Remixed, read by the author, Misty Barron. Chapter 2, The Certain Way. Chapter 1 established that abundance is your birthright. Now comes the how, the method, the mechanics, the exact steps. There is a science to getting rich. Not vibes, not luck, not astrology, science. Like math, follow the formula, get the result. Wattles called it the certain way. And here's what that means. Wealth follows laws as precise as gravity. You don't have to believe in gravity for it to work. Drop your phone, it shatters. Ignore the wealth laws, your bank account stays empty. But align with them, inevitable increase. The certain way is this. Holding a clear vision of what you want, impressing that vision on source with gratitude, and taking action that creates value for others. That's it. Not harder work, not better connections, not luck. Vision plus gratitude plus value creation equals wealth. The law is absolute. Look around. Same cities, same industries, same families. Some people are stacking wealth. Others are screaming about how capitalism is broken, while Venmo requesting $12 for brunch. The difference isn't environment, it's method. The certain way. Talent won't save you. Luck won't save you. Hard work won't save you. The difference is whether you're aligned with spirit system or not. Divine intelligence doesn't play favorites. It doesn't care if you're Ivy League or I dropped out to sell crystals on Etsy. If you follow the law, you prosper. If you don't, you don't. End of story. And don't mistake this for manifestation light. Spirit isn't your personal sugar daddy. You can chant affirmations all day, light sage until your smoke alarm cries, and still be broke if you're out of alignment. The certain way means locking onto the truth that abundance is the default setting of the universe. Lack, man-made nonsense. The banks may push it, Instagram influencers may profit off it, but in Source's system, it doesn't exist. And here's where faith enters the picture. Faith is alignment in action. Faith isn't blind hope. It's the confidence that when you step in rhythm with Spirit's laws, increase follows as naturally as breath. So how do you align? Here's Wattles' refrain you need to tattoo onto your spirit. Always give more use value than cash value. What does that mean? Simple. If someone pays you $20 for a service, make sure they walk away feeling like they got $50 worth of benefit. The book you're holding cost you maybe $25. But if one idea in it multiplies your income by 10,000, you received far more use value than the cash value you paid. That gap, that generosity built into every transaction, is what magnetizes wealth. That's the heartbeat of the certain way. Here's where people get confused. They think saving makes you rich. It doesn't. Some of the most frugal people die broke. Why? Because they're operating from scarcity, not strategy. They pinch pennies while missing million-dollar opportunities. You cannot receive with a closed hand. The universe can't pour into a fist clenched in fear. Meanwhile, people who circulate generously, create value abundantly, and trust the flow, they build wealth that looks effortless. It's not thrift that multiplies money. its alignment with increase. So what does the certain way look like in action? It's value creation. That doesn't mean work harder or sell your soul. It means adding more life. Making things easier, faster, better, more beautiful, or more useful. The restaurateur who makes dining an experience instead of just calories, certain way. The coder who writes an AI tool that saves people hours of their life, certain way. The neighbor who invents a service that solves a problem everyone else ignored, certain way. Modern proof. Graphic design was once a gate-kept industry. Expensive software, steep learning curves, professionals who spoke in layers and pixels. Then came Canva. Melanie Perkins didn't just build another design tool. She democratized design. She made it simple enough for a student, powerful enough for a Fortune 500, and free enough for anyone to start. Here's the certain way in action. Canva's free version gives users far more use value than the $0 cash value they pay. Even the paid version delivers design capabilities worth thousands for $12 a month. Perkins didn't compete with Adobe. She created a whole new playing field by outvaluing everyone. Result? A company valued at billions, used by millions, because she made everyone who touched it richer. That's not charity, that's the law. And Canva isn't alone. Take Roblox. What started as a quirky gaming platform became a creative empire where kids design, build, and monetize their own worlds. It turned playing games into entrepreneurship, giving millions of young creators tools to earn while they play. The certain way here. Roblox gives kids free access to game creation tools that would have cost thousands in traditional game development. Young creators learn coding, design, and business, skills worth tens of thousands in education value, while playing. Some earn real money. The platform takes a cut, yes, but only after delivering massive use value first. That's Wattles' law in action. More use value than cash value. Wisdom across traditions. Every path affirms this law in its own language. The Bible promises, "Give, and it shall be given to you." The Bhagavad Gita teaches, "Action aligned with Dharma brings prosperity." The Quran reminds us, "Whoever does good, it is for their own soul." Taoism whispers that flow with the way brings harmony, not struggle. Across centuries and cultures, the principle resounds. Increase is divine order, and giving more use value than cash value is how you stay aligned with it. This is how the law flows. You create value, you circulate value, and wealth finds you. Here's the truth. Wealth isn't a hustle, it's a law. If you're broke right now, it's not because you're cursed or unlucky. It's because you haven't been taught how the law works. But now you know. Create value, circulate generously, trust the return. Align with that and wealth becomes inevitable. How does this translate to your life? You don't need to build the next Canva. You just need to ask yourself every day, am I giving more value than I'm taking? Are you the coworker who goes slightly beyond the job description? The freelancer who throws in an extra deliverable? The business owner who underpromises and overdelivers? Every time you create that gap where what you give exceeds what you receive, you activate the law. and the law keeps score. What to do next? Audit one transaction. Pick one thing you bought this week. Did you receive more use value than cash value? If yes, write a gratitude note, even mentally, to whoever created it. If no, notice how that feels and commit to only buying things that deliver excess value going forward. Create a value gap today. In one interaction, at work, at home, with a stranger, give slightly more than expected. Not in a doormat way, but in a this is how I operate way. Over-deliver by 10%. Watch what happens. Spot the certain way in the wild. Notice one business, person, or product that's thriving. Ask yourself, are they giving more use value than cash value? Train your eye to see this law operating everywhere. Spark query. Why is it that every time I give more value than I take, wealth multiplies back to me in unexpected ways? Thanks for hanging out with me. See you next week for the next chapter of The Science of Getting Rich Remixed by Misty Barron, available on Amazon. Hey, if you like this chapter, would you please like, subscribe, share with all your friends? They need to know how to get rich too. Sharing is caring.